Back again with episode... Is this 10? I can't remember. I'm going to say 10.
Well, I don't know if we count the last one.
Yes, there's an episode that we erased. Let's not get into it.
There's the unreleased hidden gem. Yeah.
You can sell that on the beat,
We'll put it in the
previously unseen footage.
Yeah. If you give us money, we'll release it to you personally.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of
No
ranting.
shame.
Yeah.
If you give me money, I will release it.
But
I'll do a lot of things for money, actually. So.
yeah, same here. But we're here again.
What won't you do for money?
Yeah. Did you not hear us, Nate?
All right.
What
What was the question?
What won't you do for money?
That's a short list.
All right.
Is that extra virgin olive oil you're drinking right there?
Yeah, it was blessed by...
Do
Do we have to edit that out? I don't know. No, it's tea.
Yeah, edit that out.
Should we start all over?
Not off to a great start.
All right.
No, forget you guys.
I'll just bleep the name.
And that was the censored version. I wanted to say something else.
Alright, here we are, back again, episode 10. And,
Oh my god.
No, we're not starting over.
Oh, yeah.
We're not starting
So
over.
weak.
We have Nate and Evan here, ready to spit that holy, unadulterated flame of truth. Let's jump in, fellas.
Hey, is that a wireless mic you're using, Burnie?
Oh yeah, you like it?
It is.
What?
You like it?
It's not wired.
Let me see the bottom of that mic.
You want to see the bottom?
Yep, I want to see it.
You see it? What do you have to
Are
say
you
about
actually
it?
using the mic in your headphones?
Oh,
He's like revealing all the magician's secrets.
You're not
can't hear you.
you're not genuinely using a wireless mic for a podcast, are you?
Yes, I am. It's
Did I
mainly
ruin
for
it?
looks.
Do we have to start over?
You did. You ruined. It's like you pulled back the curtain.
Well,
That's for
and I lost
that's
you.
for a praise break. That's for a praise break, Burnie.
Yeah.
If you have to take a lap, you can keep talking.
Yeah. But I
Restarting in 3,
no,
2,
we're not
1.
we're not restarting. I just couldn't hear you. You kept breaking up on me. But I figured you're making fun of the mic, so.
That's okay. This
And-
mic
That it
also
was.
not plugged into anything, but mine has
Come
a cord.
on, guys.
Dude, we don't got that awesome mic set up like you do.
Plug your mics in.
I can't.
I tried. It did. I couldn't get it to work, so I
It's
gave
a good first topic. Where did you get that mic, Burnie?
I purchased it from Radio Shack 10 years ago.
up. Oh my god.
All right.
I made that
well,
up. It was given to me.
Without, is it actually a wireless mic? Do you have the part that goes with it?
Yeah. I can use it for like live shows and stuff if I want.
Nice. Live shows.
Yeah.
Like a live podcast?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Sweet.
If we ever decide to do that, if we
We
get
do a live podcast at River Falls Mall or something.
yeah, if we ever get comfortable enough and we won't have to be afraid of, we can hold back what we say. Yeah, we can do a live one.
Yeah.
But speaking of live shows, I played one Friday night with the dudes
Nice.
from Allegheny Drive, and I jumped around like I used to in Cataracts Fall, and let me tell you about the pain I felt the next day. I'm so out of shape. I felt
Getting old.
like I was in a ring with Conor McGregor, beating the brakes off me. The next day, I was like, God, my neck, my back, my poor legs. Felt like shit.
My neck, my back.
Yeah. So.
Isn't that a song?
It is. I wasn't gonna finish it.
Oh yeah. But if we ever do a cataract reunion show, Nate, I recommend we prepare and get in shape for it, or just not move around. One of the
What
two.
is the workout regimen for a hardcore show? How would we prepare for that? Because I feel like no matter what we do, we're gonna be sore. I think just stretch
Stretches.
a lot.
A lot of yoga.
There's a lot of stretching.
Mm-hmm.
Calisthenics,
Maybe
jumping jacks,
some.
CrossFit, maybe?
Yes,
Yes.
CrossFit.
a time
Tons of
machine.
Yeah. I have some buddies that CrossFit, and they'll help me out. So.
Oh yeah.
Or like I said, we could just stand still, you know.
Yeah. Just in a whole
actually
new direction.
and actually play good.
Yeah. Play notes.
Because that's the thing. I didn't play very well, but we put on a heck of a show. We had the crowd with us. That I guess that counts for something.
Were you playing guitar, Bernie?
Yes.
You weren't playing the drums?
No. I haven't played drums in like a year and a half or 2 years.
You're letting that guy down. Remember that guy? It was. I don't remember his name. You used to imitate him all the time. You'd say that you play the drums really good.
Oh, I forgot about that. The Hispanic guy from California, Long Beach. I play the drums really good. That guy?
I gotta go find that guy, man.
Yeah, he goes.
I'm like 20 miles from him.
Yeah, he goes to CGC out there somewhere, and you'll know him if you show up one day. Hello, you play guitar? I like Metallica and Pantera, and I play
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's his exact phrase.
That's awesome.
You play the drums really good, and I also play the drums really well. I'm like, oh, cool, man. And I was being really nice. Like, yeah, man, I need to hear you sometime. And he was really stiff when he played. It was really great. He's like, I played drums. Metallica.
What song did he play?
I don't know. He was just playing a 4 beat. It was amazing. But what y'all guys do
all of them.
for the past couple of weeks? Anything interesting?
Couple weeks. I talked to you last week.
Yeah, but we didn't post it up. Remember? So if you've done anything interesting.
I went and saw Thor today.
Oh yeah. How was that?
Yeah.
In your opinion?
Well, I couldn't tell if your opinion was a joke or not.
No, I didn't like it.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's what my problem was with this. Like, this is just a comedy. What the frick?
But you do understand that it's a cartoon comic book character, right?
Yeah, but the comics were a little bit more grounded.
It depends on the comic version you were reading.
Yeah.
I thought
Ragnarok.
the last Thor
Uh-huh.
was awful.
It was awful.
And it
I
was
agree.
like, it took itself way too seriously. So I thought, I was like rolling on this one. I mean, there was maybe too many jokes, but I don't know. I thought it was funny. Of course, I watched it with a 5-year-old, so we were both cracking up.
Did you like Ant-Man, Bernie?
Yeah, it was all right.
I'm tired of superhero movies, like big time.
I'm excited for Justice League next week.
No,
Yes, I am too.
so unexcited for that.
I'm all about it. Well, I'm a DC guy. That's probably why I hate on Marvel movies a lot. That's like one thing I do take sides on. I'm a DC guy.
Did you actually like the Batman versus Superman movie?
Yes.
I did.
It was horrible.
No, it was amazing.
It was
Yeah.
horrible.
It was
But see, we're both DC fans, so it could have been a steaming pile of doo-doo in a garbage heap, and we would have been like, greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Next topic.
It was terrible.
My pants were sticky after I left. I was like,
go ahead and
this
write
is
it down. It's
amazing.
What about Suicide Squad, Burn?
That was one I can agree that it wasn't that great. I was like, what is this? This is a heaping pile.
I liked
But-
characters in that movie, but the movie was bad. But I liked Jared Leto or whatever, and Joker. He did really good. Margaret Robbie did really good, and that was about it. Will Smith was okay.
Yeah, but as a whole, it was not that great.
yeah, the movie is garbage.
But yes, you're talking to some DC guys here. Evan. What are you? You gotta take a side.
I can't take neither side.
Oh boy, he's copping out.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of superhero movies.
So
Super-
if you
So
go watch a
tired.
movie, if you go watch a movie right now, actually, I won't pull it up. And it was I'm trying to think of what's in theaters right now. You got like superhero movies, maybe a couple Halloween classics in there right now, and then a couple romantic comedies. Which one are you going for?
I'm gonna save my money.
He's gonna stay home and watch Netflix.
I'm gonna stay home where the real quality programming is at
Ooh.
on my computer.
Oh, nice. So
what is that?
Yeah. Show us the
It's,
ways.
Pornhub.
For the record, it's not that.
On the record.
On the record.
Like Metal Gear Solid playthroughs and stuff like that.
Oh, so like YouTube?
Maybe like a Gran Turismo 4 playthrough.
Wow.
Oh my god, that'd be the most mind-numbing thing. it's just like watching NASCAR.
They probably have NASCAR games. That would be even worse.
They do have NASCAR games.
But it's
Those are
just,
those special children,
Yeah. The NASCAR fans.
special little kids. You can't turn left.
Do you really watch Metal Gear Solid playthroughs?
No, I haven't watched one for a long time,
Yeah.
but I have. I'm gonna go.
The
on
last
record and
Metal
say
Gear
I
Solid
have.
game was actually a lot of fun. I have it. It's a lot of fun.
It's way cheaper than actually buying the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. My son, that's all he does is watch YouTube game playthroughs, and then when he finally gets the game, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I already know how to play this," and then kind of takes away. I remember like back to Metal Gear Solid when Burnie and we like played that. We didn't have Google and like guides. We had to like figure it out
Right.
on our own.
Yeah.
every once in a while we'd find a cheat code site, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
On our dial-up internet.
Yeah, cheat code CC or cheatcc.com. I can't remember.
Yep. Yeah, something
That,
like that.
and Napster.
Yeah, Napster.
Cheating is the best. I never used Napster.
What?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I used LimeWire.
Yeah, LimeWire.
yeah, that was
Remember
another
that
one.
one? And there was another. I don't remember what it was.
MySpace.
What was the other
No,
one?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, I used MySpace to download music, and LimeWire. What was the other one? There's another big one back in those days. I never used Napster. I think it went down before I started downloading music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that like when it first came out. Nate had it on his computer. He was the only one. So I would just go over and be like, Nate, I want this and this and this. Can you download it? He's like, yeah, I'll get it for you in 5 hours.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm too afraid to do that now because I just assume the FBI is waiting for me to log in to the dark web, just waiting to take me
Waiting
down.
for you. Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. I buy on iTunes.
Yeah, I pay $10 a month for unlimited iTunes music.
There you go.
It's worth it.
Well, the thing now is torrents. I did that for a while.
Yeah, see, I'm too afraid. I won't do it. I'll just buy
terrified.
And I haven't done it in a
Terrified.
while, but that's what everyone does now. But
Yeah,
everything's
people.
you can stream everything now, so you don't need it. I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I still like physical copies. I still have an iPod that I keep all my music on. I don't like streaming. I mean, I do
For
it
the
at work,
longest-
but
You can't really see it, but my bookshelf over there is full of movies, and it's like about to break because there's so many. But I recently switched over to the dark side where I just do digital downloads now. There is
Yeah.
for a long time because we at Best Buy they sold steelbook copies, so they were always like limited edition cases for the movies. So I was like, oh man, I got to collect all these, and then I realized early on they're just charging you more for a movie that inevitably you'll probably watch one time. Some you'll watch a couple times, and then it just sits on your shelf. So
I'm
mostly
not a multiple watcher.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I can only watch a movie one time,
Yeah, I'm the same way.
unless it's
There's
Jurassic Park, and then I can watch it multiple times.
Yeah, there's a couple movies. Saving Private Ryan is probably a movie I've seen a million times. Bernie, remember when we lived in Florida and Joe Dirt was stuck in my DVD player?
Vaguely, yes.
I remember watching that movie every day that summer because it was stuck in the DVD player.
That's a classic, though.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Oh, I love it till this day. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
I guess I'm the opposite of you guys. I like watching movies over and over. Just like, especially comedies, if I want to learn the jokes and stuff.
Yeah. I watch TV shows over and over.
Really? See, I don't do that.
Like, well,
I
I'm
hate
thinking like
watching stuff
comedies, like
over.
Family Guy and
Oh yeah, stuff like that. I guess.
American Dad or things like that. I'll watch it. I've been watching Rick and Morty lately. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
It's so funny, and it's
I've
got
never
like
watched it.
you might like it because
Yeah, I
it's
think
like
you would,
very
too.
sciencey.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just stay away from it because everyone in my office is trying to force me to start watching it.
Yeah.
Because they're all nerds.
Yeah. It is
Yeah,
You
good.
need to
well-
watch it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to watch it just because you want me to watch it.
That's
That's
Evan
what was
for you,
happening at my work.
That's me.
That's Evan,
My
ladies and
middle
gentlemen.
name is Contrary.
Well, you shouldn't watch it then.
Yeah.
It's probably too much show for you.
You're going to need like 14 more people
And
to
you
urge
won't-
me to not watch it.
You won't
Because
be
I've
able
got
to
like
get it.
5 or 6 or 7 people at work.
Yeah, you
You're
won't
going to
get
need to double that.
you won't get the jokes, Evan. You, just
You
need to not
won't
watch
understand it.
Well, good. I mean, that's 2. You're on the right track.
All right, guys.
Find 12
Put
more.
it in the message board. Put it in the comments.
Comment.
Just put it in our blog chat.
Tag him. Evan, don't
Send
watch
him
it.
emails.
Yeah.
Tell him not to watch it.
Just
Tell him he's too
Don't
dumb
watch
to understand it.
yeah. Blow up the spot.
I'm gonna scroll through like the 4 comments. This is so not true.
It's actually just gonna be Burnie and I with different
Way too
names.
smart for this. I'm gonna watch it.
We're gonna create another Facebook.
Just multiple
Excuse me.
profiles.
Oh, where's he going?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what he's doing.
He gone.
I don't know what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen. But he disappeared.
What if he would have came up with like a mask?
Or something more interesting than what just happened.
Yeah.
He just disappeared for no reason. I think I
I'm a
know.
magician.
I think I know the reason why. I just won't say. He smelled his own fart.
Oh boy. I've heard that's actually good for you though. I don't know. It's like good for your neurons. It makes connections between the
Oh shit.
brain cells.
Yeah.
You got to smell your own toots
Yes.
on a daily basis. So go for it.
Put it in the comments. If you smell your own farts, let us know. What is
Hashtag
happening?
neurons.
We're like 11 minutes into this and we're not talking about anything.
All right. We got to move on.
Hold on.
We were on a bad track last week. We're not going to let that happen this week.
Hashtag neurons.
No more sniffing our own farts.
Sorry.
That's the name of the episode,
Okay.
folks. Hashtag neurons.
Yeah. I'm getting tickled over here.
You got to watch to figure out where we say that. And once you do, you're going to be super disappointed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sorry, guys.
Yes. Well, speaking of streaming, have y'all listened to the new John Mark McMillan album I told y'all to listen to? Or did you just say no? No,
I
thank you?
did listen to it.
Oh, all right. What'd you think?
And then something happened.
Oh.
I'm real upset about it.
Oh boy.
Because I didn't know. I did know who John Mark McMillan is now
Yeah.
because I've heard a couple songs of his, the
Yeah.
most famous one. So I started listening to the album and like I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But then like halfway through the album I'm like I just want to listen to that song that I really like.
How he loves.
So I listened to that song for probably an hour. Just on repeat.
Oh wow.
Over and over?
Yeah. And guys, like, it was not good. I got in my feelings. I was like having a breakdown. I'm like,
okay.
it brought back so many church memories, and
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Well,
it was rough.
at least you had years of space between the last time you heard the song. Like I've heard it every week for like the last 10 years. It feels like. But yeah, it's a great song still. It's been wore out, I think.
When I found out that his best friend died the night that he wrote that song in a car crash, I was reading, because at the very end of the song he talks about his friend Steven. I'm like, and as soon as I heard that, I immediately, because I had never heard the original version. I always hear other people singing that song.
Yeah.
But I immediately thought like he's like crying in the song. And you can hear him crying, like he probably couldn't get through that recording. He's like, I'm not going to be able to get through this. I'm going to do the best I can, blah, blah. But yeah, then I read on the Wikipedia that his best friend Steven died in a car car crash, and then the next night he recorded that song that he wrote. So I think that song is, and I know this has nothing to do with your question, but I think that song is a great song for like getting through loss. He says it's not Hollywood love. It's love that God feels for us no matter what. And when like the love that we have to feel for him, even when something so terrible can happen as him taking your best friend or whatever. But anyways, yeah, that was I hadn't heard that song in probably 6 years.
So Nate kind of got emotional.
It was.
Yes.
But then I
teary-eyed.
transitioned back to the album, and it's way different vibe.
Oh yeah,
And I like
totally.
it a lot, actually.
Well, yeah,
Then you went back to like Post Malone
yeah.
No,
immediately afterwards.
I
that was
have
me.
proof on my iPhone 10 here.
I went back to
No
Post
big deal.
Malone, that's for sure. I mean, you know.
The last song I listened to, Persephone, off the album.
Okay.
Maybe Persephone.
Nope.
Is it like purse and phone? Sort
It's
of
a
like
purse
the
phone.
the Justin Timberlake song, Suit
It's
and
a
Tie.
phone
Yes.
you put in your purse.
Person phone. Okay. I know what you mean. Person phone.
All right, Persephone.
No, I think you're right.
Don't
Persephone.
freaking message me on the blogs
In the comment
with
sections.
phonics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooked on phonics.
Did you listen to
Anyway,
it, Evan?
So yeah, if you have a comment that like hooked on, you want Nate to start hooked on phonics, you can leave it in the comments right next to the comment where you want me to. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but
Do you
leave it
smell
there.
your own farts?
Yeah.
That's ultimately the question.
Did you listen to it at all, Evan?
I tried to just before we got on here, but it was coming out of my computer instead of my interface here. I listened to his last album a lot, but you're telling me it's different. I listened to Borderlands quite a lot.
Yeah, me too.
You're telling me it's different than that. Is it different musically, or is it just different lyrically?
Both. It's it's different both ways. Like lyrically, he's not anti-Christian or anything. It's just more about his crisis with faith. And musically, I think it's more. I'm trying to think of the vibe he's trying to go for. It has some '80s keyboard sounds in there, and
Does he bring back the rototoms in this album? Because he relied on those heavily in his last album,
maybe on like
more than
one-
anyone in the last 20 years.
Right. I think there's on maybe one or two songs, maybe, but it's
Love
good.
those rototoms.
Yeah, I mean, it was dope, but I like it. You just gotta let me know what you think. Maybe next week, if you.
I'm gonna have to listen to it tonight.
Well, yeah, you
Or
need to
tomorrow.
tell us to listen to something more than a day in advance.
Well, I don't know where it came from. I think I was
Yeah, I
listening.
have a job, Bernie.
Yeah, I was listening to it at work while I was designing. I was like, I wonder if the guys will listen to this. And that's why I sent that text out today. Listen to it, fellers. I'm surprised Evan hasn't listened to it though. Just because
He lost me after that EP with his wife. Like I said, I hated it. I really liked Borderlands, and
Yeah.
they came out with that EP, and I hated it.
Are you talking about the live one, the worship live?
I don't think it
out-
was live. Nope. I think it's
Oh,
called.
okay. Well, there's
called?
he released a. Say what? He
called,
released a worship live album, which is pretty decent. But
It's called "You Are the Avalanche," I think.
no, I haven't listened to that one.
Yeah, it's 5 songs, and he recorded it with his wife.
Okay.
And I listened to a few songs of it, and I really didn't like it.
You're
Not
like,
that other people won't, but
Yeah. You're like, Deuces. It's too much like Post Malone for me.
it's a little bit too Post Maloney for me.
Yeah. I think you need to give Post
So
Malone.
I was like, I gotta move on.
You need to give Post Malone another chance. He's just vibes, man.
No, I'll give Post
Nah.
Serial another chance, but I'm not gonna give Post Malone another chance.
You won't like it. Don't listen to it.
I'll hate it.
It's too intellectual for you. Go ahead and put it in the comments, folks.
Yeah.
I can tell that's false looking at Post Malone's face.
Bro, he is goofy looking for sure.
Evan's not gonna get the complexity of his lyrical.
Yeah, the complex lyrics.
This is really funny. I got a funny story. I went to a jazz club the other night with a friend.
Nice.
And there's a requirement that you have to purchase like so much on top of the tickets, and we didn't know that because I bought the tickets last minute. And so at the very end of the night, my friend sort of got in an argument with the server, basically saying, well, he purchased this and this, that should count, and it didn't. So she went and got the manager/doorman, and he was horrendous. And basically it ended with him walking away and criticizing me for being a millennial.
What?
And not paying attention to things. I almost lost it. And, you know, I work for NASA, and this guy's a doorman at a 40-seat jazz club, and he's criticizing me for being a millennial.
Did you pull that card out like, I work for NASA, motherfucker?
He was walking away, but I was about to. He was getting so intense and aggressive toward us that I was like, bro, we'll just buy some stuff. You need to walk away. And he was like, you can't tell me what to do.
Jeez.
And this was the manager of the establishment telling me, yelling in my face.
And the doorman?
I don't know what he was. He said he was the manager, but I don't think he was. I think he's just the doorman.
So they want you to buy drinks or like merch?
Yeah, drinks.
Yeah.
There's a 2-drink minimum. Doesn't matter what you bought, but like, I don't know. They also sell potatoes, baked potatoes.
Okay.
This sounds fake, but it's real.
I'll take 2 baked potatoes, please.
No, but the baked potatoes don't count. That's the point.
What?
And the baked potatoes are like $14.
They're probably more expensive.
Yeah, it's more expensive. So you can buy us 2 $5 bottles of water, but you can't buy $30 worth of baked potatoes. That doesn't count.
Like, sir, I bought 6 baked potatoes, and you're going to hustle me for 2 drinks?
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
We very nearly got thrown out.
You millennial piece of crap.
Yep.
Have you ever been thrown out of a club/bar? Either of you?
I'm very mild-mannered.
Yes.
Yes, Burnie. Tell us.
This is back when I was underage, and I snuck into a club, and I was just going ham, like dancing in the middle, like an idiot of the dance floor. I had X's on my hands, which indicated I wasn't old enough to partake in alcohol, and I had alcohol in one hand, and like glow sticks in the other, and I was like, yeah, center of attention, look at me. I was an idiot. I guess I was intoxicated, but a guy grabbed me by the shoulder and was like, hey, you're too young to be in here. You're too young to be drinking, blah, blah, blah. And luckily I had a friend there who was like, hey. And like got his attention. I literally just like darted out as fast as I could. And I ran down an alleyway and got lost. It was a long night. But yes.
Wow.
Yeah. That was in Florida.
What year was that? What year was that, Burnie?
2000, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8.
You stupid millennial.
Yeah. I was it was when we first moved there, Nate. It was after you moved away back to Ohio, was it? I can't remember. Something like that.
You were underage still?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just remember Chris Bodorf came up for the holidays, and me, Bob.
Oh yeah.
Chris, Bobby, and I just had a week of debauchery, and
was that after you quit the band?
Well,
like Mile 7?
No, this is before I joined.
Before you lived in Florida before and after?
Yeah. Yeah, I had connections.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I had connections there with good old Clint Brown, the pastor and singer over there. So.
Old Clinty.
Yeah, he's a interesting figure. I have stories that I can't tell on the podcast about this man.
Lame.
Yeah, if you want to hear some stories, comment in the comment section.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, please tell us a story.
Reply to your own fart comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and tell us whether you want to hear Bernie's stories about Mr.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
Do you smell your farts? Is it pronounced Persephone or Persephone? And who wants the inside deets on Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Bobby Brown. Just kidding, Clint Brown.
Yeah, we're trying to get people involved in this podcast. Like, comment.
Hey,
This is an interactive podcast.
yeah,
yeah, I guess full cooperation is necessary.
but
All
yeah.
right, what's our first topic? What are we moving to?
Ooh,
no.
as far as topics go, I was trying to think of some, but I was having trouble thinking of topics. But I did come up with a few segments that we can hit here in a little bit. And go. Dude, I need to get that mic, by the way.
Yeah, you do. This is the broadcaster's dream.
It looks like the one.
I can't figure out. Not that we need to talk about technical difficulties. I'm just having trouble figuring out how to make this mic work through here. And,
You gotta get an interface, man.
Yeah.
but it's a computer mic. It plugs in with the USB.
It has a USB?
Yeah,
I can't help you.
yeah. I'll figure it out.
It's over. He
No,
can't-
wait. You can choose the. This is a really bad topic for a podcast.
I know.
But you can. Maybe people are wondering. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe people want like super high quality audio on their Skype conversations.
Yeah.
You go to
Yeah.
Skype and you go to like system preferences and it gives you an option for audio input and you can choose your mic.
All right.
Like I'm
I'll test
choosing
it out.
microphone and I've got my interface chosen and it picks the mic I'm using.
Yeah.
So
You-
leave in the comments
Yes.
Right
what
down
mic
here.
you use when you're leave in the comments over this way and tell us what mic you use
Yeah.
and whether you took our advice
And don't use one of
or
these.
whether you're still using a wireless mic
Yeah.
that's completely unplugged.
That's like revealing a magician's magic trick.
Yeah. Thanks, Evan. You ruined it.
Your magic sucks, Bernie.
It does.
Yeah.
And I guess you're here to call me out, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you as a person, Evan.
Keeps
Thanks,
you
man.
humble.
It does.
Thank you.
I will never get a big head again. And I'm talking about this head.
Ooh, got him.
Yeah, I had to clarify because
Wow.
we're idiots. And Evan's the savant. So
Yeah, that's for sure. This is a more accurate dynamic we have going on here because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
both idiots.
yeah. and Evan reins us in a little bit. He's like, hey, you're going too far.
I gotta
And you-
pull the
He's
reins a
that,
little bit.
that salty savant.
yeah.
The salty savant.
Yeah.
I wish that
'Cause
was
if he's
my
not
nickname.
there, we're just wild. We're just out there. What?
Oops, gonna disappear a little bit.
Oh, he's disappearing, guys. He smelled
Oh,
his farts
now
again.
I know what he's doing. I didn't get it the first time. I'm on board now.
Might
All
toe
right,
it.
sweet. Nice, yeah.
Do you remember
And
that? You remember the time when we were in that one van, Bernie? Were you in the van when Jeremy got pulled over? He was he was going like 105 miles an hour at my urging because I really, really wanted to get home. And he got pulled over in Illinois, which in Illinois, if you have a trailer, you can't go faster than 55. So Illinois sucks. I hate that state.
Yeah.
He got pulled over, and the cop was like, I clocked you going 90, and then 92, and then 94, and then 97, and I figured surely he's going to slow down. And Jeremy was like, I'm sorry. Jeremy blamed it on his foot itching.
Oh yeah.
He said he was leaning over, itching his foot, and he was just pushing the pedal, and the whole van busted out laughing with the cop right there at the window.
That's
forgot.
That gentleman's name was that gentleman's name was Officer Glasscock, and that's not a joke. Officer Glasscock
Totally.
Can't be
from the.
No, I totally
It's
remember
100% real.
It's so real.
Folks, leave it in the comments down below if
Down
you
there.
ever dealt with Officer Glasscock and the Illinois State Police.
If Officer Glasscock is a regular listener of this podcast,
Wait. I think it was Illinois. It may have been one of the other 49
I
states.
forgot all about that.
The cop was real. His name was
Yes.
Officer Glasscock, and he worked for the State Troopers Society of one of our great 50
Trooper
states.
Society.
But it was not, I can guarantee you it was not Hawaii or Alaska. It was one of the other 49. I mean, 48.
Yeah. Mr. Glasscock.
Anyway.
Yeah, I remember we made jokes about that the rest of the trip. It was good
Yeah,
times.
Mr. Glasscock.
Yeah.
Hey, who
pulled us
hasn't had an itchy foot and drove double the speed limit before?
Yeah, I
Standard.
mean, when your foot gets itchy, it's not like you can't, it's not like you can just not speed up.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do?
What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
It definitely makes you go 50 miles over the speed limit. For sure.
For sure. Yeah.
43 minutes in.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, guys. We've
Yeah,
been...
but it's been
I
entertaining.
started mine
It's been
earlier,
entertaining
though.
this time.
Yes, we've been talking about stuff. I actually finally watched that Unacknowledged Nate on Netflix.
Nice.
Great document. I don't know if you're interested in UFOs or alien type things, Evan, but this documentary was done really well. They've done a great job of like backing up the statements they made in it with like hard evidence, which was pretty cool. With which is a lot of your UFO documentaries lack. You know, they usually have like a guy that wrote a
Are
book.
there any videos or pictures? Is this,
You broke up a
are
little
there
bit.
pictures and videos? Are
Yeah,
there
they
pictures
have, like-
and videos?
Yes, but they're all pretty.
It's a
far
lot
This
of
is-
like NASA pilots and actual pilots and Air Force pilots talking about firsthand experiences they had. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's just another conspiracy theory that these people have quite a bit of they at least talk very well, so it makes you believe it. But
yeah.
it's very entertaining. I'll say at the very least, it's an entertaining documentary.
They kind of go in depth of explaining the psychological warfare and disinformation operations that the government tries to pull on the UFO subject, like to this day. And one
On
of the
the
guys
what?
on there, he's a legitimate doctor. His name is like Dr.
The government pulls on the what?
The UFO subject or whatever you want to call it. They got like classified documents that CIA released.
Is it as good
and
as
stuff.
one of those Bigfoot documentaries?
No, it's better than that. It's like
You're
so you got your UFO.
going in
Clogging up.
You got your
Robert.
UFO.
or robot,
Like a Robert.
like a Robert.
You don't want to offend
Here's your
the
typical
Roberts in the
UFO
audience.
documentary. This
We have a lot of them.
If
and-
you're
and
a
then, and then you,
if you're a Robert and you're offended, just go ahead and you know where to
Write in
leave
the
it right
comments.
down here.
yeah.
All right. I don't know what
no,
you
I-
said for the last 15 seconds, Bernie. Maybe 20.
Yeah, you're cutting it.
I was just
out.
holding my hand up for no reason. I was just doing this.
That's all you did for the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, I was
You're
trying to.
just holding your hand at different heights.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
I
trying to
will
say
say
something.
that they said that the aliens have invested interest in our planet, and they are not here to hurt or destroy us. They're actually here to keep us from destroying ourselves.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice of them. But
Should we send them?
yeah, I
should
don't
we
know.
Send them
I mean,
a
it's a
card or
good.
something?
It's called Unacknowledged. So
Yeah, it's definitely a couple
Check it out.
steps ahead of every other UFO documentary. We got a bunch of
oh yeah,
like writers of UFO conspiracy books, and they're like think they're experts, like hit the History Channel or whatever. It's not like that. There's actual legitimate guys like the doctor.
So this is on Netflix?
Yeah,
yeah.
and
I'm going to have to watch it.
I mean, if you're interested in that stuff, it will pique your interest for sure. He talks about how we
Have you guys ever seen a UFO?
Yes.
Where, when, and where, Bernie?
I was in Orlando, Florida, I was in a van with a bunch of church people. We were driving to or back home from an event with Clint Brown. There's about 10 of us in this van, and someone's like, "Look outside! What is that?" And there's like these 3 red dots in the sky, and it's a massive triangle over the city, and it was kind of like slowly like drifting around like that. And half of us were like, dude, that's a UFO. That's obviously a UFO. And the other half's like, no, it's balloons or something or whatever. So
you're serious? You really think you had an encounter?
No, I just say it was unidentified. I don't know what it was.
That's true.
I don't know if it's alien or not. Maybe it was a government experiment. I just know that it wasn't a plane. That's all I know.
So there were a lot of pilots in this documentary that are talking
Yeah.
about like things they've seen up in the sky.
A lot of like commercial pilots and Air Force pilots and NASA people, congressmen. They're the most read unclassified or declassified document on the FBI website is the Roswell one. They finally declassified it.
Yeah.
And it's the most read document. And in there they talk about a UFO going down in Roswell, Texas, or Roswell, New Mexico, and then they talk about bodies that they took from the crash site to Ohio to a Air Force base or something in Ohio where those bodies still are. And they were talking about there was either 2 or 3 aliens or bodies, one of which was alive and was alive for some time after that, and the other 2 died either shortly after or immediately upon impact. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Like, there's so much. I always tell people this. I'm like, how can we say no to something like that when we've only mapped like less than 10% of our ocean, let alone the universe? So I'm on board. If there's one conspiracy out there, yeah.
What can you say is or isn't out there?
Right. I can definitively say that the Earth is not flat. Anyways,
I don't think we've probably not touched on that enough, but
well, we didn't because that was unreleased.
That's unreleased footage.
Yeah.
Footage.
I have.
That's classified footage. We're gonna have to declassify that.
Yeah. Well, I have Nate's audio file. I just don't have your audio file for that particular podcast.
So my audio file is classified for
Yes.
that particular podcast.
Pretty
redacted.
Much, yeah.
It's going to be redacted from the podcast.
Redacted. It's been struck
But it's
down.
Yeah. If you're interested in that type of thing, I would recommend Unacknowledged, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment below.
Were you able to sleep?
No, it's not scary.
Like, did it scare the...
No.
Because I remember watching, when I was a kid, there was something on like the basic channels. They played this. It was almost like the Blair Witch Project, where they tried to, it was like fake, but they tried to make it real. And it was this, I have no idea what it was, but they actually showed like fake aliens, and it scared the crap out of me, and I couldn't sleep for like a week.
I remember the Discovery
Signs,
Channel.
man. You remember that show? I mean, TV movie.
Yes.
Yeah, in this documentary though, they don't make the aliens out as dangerous. They're just here researching and invested in our survival and our success. Which segue into our survival and our success. We are now officially the only country that hasn't signed the Paris, whatever, I can't remember the name of it, but the climate change agreement.
Yeah.
Only country now.
Are you gonna say that for your segment?
No, I don't have a segment on it. It's clearly and obviously
Here it is.
bullshit.
We're in it.
Right. All right. Well, before we jump in, if this is what you want to talk about, Nate.
No, I don't have anything to. That was it. That's the end of it. It's
No,
stupid.
this is good stuff. I've read people say, I've heard people, a lot of people, well, are on board already, and I've read that opinions that say that even if we leave the climate, is it a
Paris Treaty or something?
Yeah.
I think it's the Paris
I
Treaty.
don't know what it is. Even if we leave it, companies and people are still on board.
Yeah.
And it won't actually make a whole lot of difference. But
Yeah.
I have read, I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I've read about like laws that are trying to be signed into or bills or whatever that are trying to be signed into law that release federal lands from national parks and et cetera, and allow them to be, mined or drilled. And that bothers me for two reasons. First of all, is like, I don't know, I went to school for engineering, and I tend to believe scientists.
Yeah.
The majority of what they say, or at least a version of what they say. And if like 90% of them or whatever agree on climate change, then I don't know.
Right.
But also, I love national parks. I don't know how much you guys like being in California. I've got them like at my back door, and it makes me angry to have that kind of,
Well, it's funny that you say that scientist thing, because ultimately our energy companies, who are some of the biggest contributors to typically a presidential campaign, it's ironic to me that we're trying to protect a way of life that is harming the planet or killing, the possibility of a clean future, because we only care about the moment, right? So one of the Murray Murray Energy, he claims, obviously, that global warming is a hoax, and he says that he has 4,000 scientists that are telling him that it is a hoax. Which, in this article, is written by CNN. They're like, he doesn't say specifically who those scientists are, like what their credentials are, so you take that with a grain of salt. But their claim is that the Earth is actually getting cooler and not getting warmer, but they're taking the majority of their measurements are taken from land, and whereas, what is it, 72% of 97, wait, hold up. How much of our Earth is water? 70% of the Earth's surface is water. So if you only cherry pick the data that you're getting from land-based temperature measurements, then you could possibly make an argument. But if you take into account the 70% of the Earth's surface is water and it is warming up, you look at the ice caps, you look at places that are being submerged underwater or will be soon.
Yeah.
And all the while, the only people that are fighting climate change are the people that will suffer the most financially, and that is your energy companies.
I think it's really it's funny. Like, I remember almost clearly when the argument or the conversation changed from global warming over to climate change, because climatologists don't know exactly what the effect is going to be.
Yeah.
And they were getting criticized by the people who don't believe it at all. They're like, "Oh, I thought it was warming. Now you're saying it's cooling." Well, it's like,
it's just climate
we don't
change.
know what's going to happen. But it's strange to me that people would deny the effect that we have on the environment, especially when you consider places like Los Angeles. When 20 or 25 years ago, Los Angeles was covered in a cloud of smog that was just, you couldn't breathe. And because there were regulations made, like catalytic converters are now required on all new cars, and then now we have diesel particulate filters for diesel vehicles, and the air is much cleaner here than it used to be. It's still bad in comparison to like a farm, but it's crazy to me that people just ignore that. Like,
They make
Like even if we're not having a gigantic effect on the environment, like maybe I'll give you that argument just for the sake of argument, and then why wouldn't you want it to be cleaner? Like if we can make it cleaner, and if we can make energy more sustainable and easier and cheaper with new technology, then why wouldn't you want that? And I don't know, it's strange.
Yeah, Bill and I talked about, because one of the main arguments is how many jobs you're gonna, or how much unemployment you create by eliminating fossil fuels and the need for them. But then Bill Nye on the science show that he does on Netflix, he talked in length about how many jobs it would create, and how many jobs, having to run the certain whatever it may be, the solar power, the wind power, whatever it may be, you're creating jobs. So, we look at it as like, right now for me, I only care about me. It's not broken. Why mess with it? I don't care about the future because I'm trying to make $1 right now. But I will say there are some big companies like Ford. Tesla was obviously the first one to switch to electric cars. I know Ford and Chevy they're all in the midst. BMW, every car company right now is either has plans or has already made fully electric cars. And honestly, we think about how can we make an impact? Buy solar panels, buy electric cars, do small things like that make. I know some of that stuff's still outrageously expensive, but do your best to try to eliminate the need for whatever type of fossil fuel it may be.
I guess I don't see it as much out here because you actually do see quite a few electric cars out here.
Oh yeah,
in California, but. And I understand people have, there are counter arguments like the recycling of batteries and et cetera, and the effect of that on the environment. But it's a fairly new technology compared to, battery powered cars and as a concept have been around for a long time, but versus internal combustion engines, which have been the main form of transportation for 100 years, it's a pretty new technology, and there are a lot of different avenues that they're exploring. And one of them, this is probably a long way off, but they're exploring this thing called a capacitor, which isn't a battery, and it's fully recyclable. And right now, it doesn't have the energy density of a battery, so you can't use it as it's too heavy, too big. But if we keep actually investing in those things, maybe in 20 years. You'll be able to charge in an instant, and your battery, so to speak, will be completely rechargeable. But that'll only happen if we invest in it.
Right. Yeah. You take all that money that we spent on the fossil fuels, just giant, and you take. I imagine you could take a fraction of that money and put that towards research and development for cleaner fuels or cleaner batteries, easy or better ways to recycle them. And most of those batteries, like the Tesla one, because I briefly looked into getting a Tesla, they have a 10-year warranty on them, which means that they at least last 10 years, probably longer than that. So versus I fill up my gas tank once a week. And I drive that car every day. So I think the battery recycling argument is valid, and I think if you want to be a billionaire, figure out how to recycle batteries, because you will be rich immediately. But we could definitely figure it out. We invest money into it. We put a little bit of our federal fund into that, and you're creating jobs, you're creating stability, and you're creating the future.
Yeah. There's so much misinformation in both ways. People saying one is better than the other, one is cheaper than the other, but I don't know. I think it's new technology is cool.
Yeah.
And I personally, I have an electric bike, and I ride it to work 3 days a week, and
like a bicycle or a motorcycle?
Yeah, bicycle, like a pedal assisted bicycle, and My main reason I write it is for exercise, but also it feels good to take a car off the road, especially here in LA, and also to take the emissions off the road for those 3 days a week that I do it. But
Yeah.
I think you said you don't understand why people don't get on board with this whole thing. I think it's because of the politics of it all. You got
Yeah.
it's
100%.
they think that global warming is just this leftist facade or this whole thing they made up. And that sucks, you know.
yeah, I feel like I've read opinions from people like in other countries who are like, how did this become a political like a political topic anyway?
Right.
This really has, I don't know, some people can claim, well, scientists are just looking for grants, but I don't believe that. Coming from that academic background, and most of the people who tell you that that's exactly what scientists are looking for, just grant money.
Right.
Most of the people who tell you that do not come from an academic background.
Yeah.
They come from different backgrounds. I actually come from a background that's, it's not science, but it's the link between industry and science, engineering. And scientists are interested in telling the truth.
Yeah.
In most situations, they're not driven by money. They don't make a lot of money. They're driven by discovering new things, and
I mean, that's why
it doesn't
you get
make
into
sense
science.
to doubt them like that.
I don't think anybody gets into science and is like, I'm just going to suppress every technology and innovation and discovery.
Yeah.
Like, you get into science because you have a passion to discover and optimize and enhance. Like,
yeah. And the other thing is scientists, they're saying like, well, they want this grant money, and science grant money is tiny. It's peanuts compared to the money that oil companies make.
oh yeah.
Like, I've been in the scientific academic world. I did some one of my internships was actually sort of like engineering research, and I understand like the struggle to make money, but the argument doesn't make any sense. If scientists are studying this and they believe it's happening, it's not like there's no evidence whatsoever that we're affecting the world. You have, I don't know, 150, 200 million cars in the United States on the road every day, just in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have shipping, these gigantic ships that emit, 1 million tons of CO2 and other particulates on a journey across I don't know how much they emit. I know it's massive, but and then the whole thing with like cows, basically cows farting, basically. It's like a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
I watched a documentary on that. It kind of blew my mind. Like,
yeah,
I was like,
I don't know
the amount of food just like the food we need to kill a certain amount of, or we need a certain amount of cows, and all their crap creates it affects it all affects the climate. It's crazy.
Yeah. I just don't really understand why it's a partisan issue in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be a partisan issue. It should be something we're all looking at as a society. I'm like, what's the best for us 100 years from now? And instead you have people like, there's going to be another boom in coal. I'm like, what? Come on. Coal?
Did y'all not watch?
There are better ways to get electricity. I'm sorry, but there are better and cooler and faster and cheaper ways to get electricity than digging for coal. Coal is not going to make a comeback. It's dead.
Yeah, the only reason it would is because, not to call out any specific president, because I guarantee you they all have done this, but you make deals and you tell you want to get the most votes, so you tell a large population, we'll say the Appalachia Mountains, or the people that work there, because that's a coal mining industry, I'm going to make sure that this business stays around. I'm going to make sure that global warming doesn't hurt your jobs. I'm going to eliminate government incentives for buying an electric vehicle or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. It shouldn't be a partisan issue. It is, and that, honestly, that's the problem, because if you eliminate the bias, then we could get things done, and we could then come together as a group and say, okay, well, if you eliminate this, you're going to eliminate jobs. How do we fix that?
Yeah, there are actually federal funds allotted to retraining coal workers.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been to one of the courses, so I don't know how it works, but I mean, I understand that it would be frustrating working in the coal industry for 30 years and you have another 10 years or something before you retire, and you don't want to be retrained. But if you're getting laid off and you're being offered free retraining, I don't know. I mean, I've not been in these people's shoes, so I don't.
Yeah.
I understand that
It's scary.
It's a difficult situation. It's a scary situation, but what about, like, we're past the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
We don't have factories in America, and they're not coming back. Like, I've read a lot of opinions about this, and people are like, we need to bring manufacturing back to America, and it's like, and most people, or a lot of people I've read, say America is past manufacturing. There are still things that we're really good at, but we're in an age past the Industrial Revolution. We're in the technological revolution.
Yeah.
And like bringing it back would be like moving back 50 years or 100 years.
Yeah.
So, it's passage of time makes old technologies obsolete, and coal is becoming one of those because we have new technologies that might be cheaper in the future, might be more sustainable in the future.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to be like, we need another coal revolution, but coal was the power of like 1900.
Can't wait to get my steam engine out.
Yeah. We need to start powering cars with steam too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Boy.
I can understand the difficulty these families are going to some extent. I mean, but that's what happens with jobs.
Yeah.
They become obsolete.
Yep.
My job might be obsolete in 20 years.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
Well, your job is fake because the Earth is
Yeah.
flat. So
I'm actually, I'm actually posted on, the 150-foot ice wall
Oh yeah.
at the end of the flat Earth. So I'll be unavailable for podcasts for the next 3 months because I gotta,
That's unfortunate.
yeah, there's no internet out there at the edge of the flat
you're on the Night's
Earth
Watch.
plate.
Yeah, the Night's Watch wall. For sure.
Yeah.
Man. So, I guess we wanted to do a new segment where I wanted to call it What Grinds Evan's Gears, but I guess that's part of it, the whole global warming thing.
Yeah.
What grinds
It's weird
Evan's
because
gears?
I'm not a crazy environmentalist,
No.
but I just feel like logic
common
and common
sense.
sense plays
Yeah.
a role here,
Common
Right.
sense.
Like, look at all the cars on the road. When I stare at the hundreds of thousands of cars that are, like, parked
highway.
on the highway in L.A., and cars are only a small portion of it. There's
Yeah.
transportation, there's agriculture. Like,
Yeah.
why does it hurt your political standpoint to ignore those things? It doesn't. Like, that's not a partisan issue. It's sort of just real. I don't know.
Well, your rants, Evan, are poignant and needed in this dark, gray, and stupid world. So,
Rant over.
so was that part of the new segment? Do you want to just go ahead, or do you have something
Must
else?
have been.
Or do you got something else you got in your mind?
Lots of things really piss me off. We just have to think for a moment. We could come up with another one real
What
fast.
pissed you off this week? Other than almost getting kicked out of the jazz
That
club.
pissed me off big time because I was being super polite. I said, "Here's a gentle." This is literally what I said, and I'm not joking. Like, I was talking in this tone of voice. I was like, "Here's a gentle suggestion. Like, I didn't know your policy. Maybe you could make it more clear." So yeah, that made me angry. Traffic always makes me angry.
Oh yeah, that's same here.
Sometimes people almost clip me on my bike. That makes me super angry.
Well,
What else made me?
well, at least we'll know
What else
this
made
will
me
be part
angry?
of your segment every week. What grinds Evan's gears? For us that's known him over the past
Stay
couple
tuned.
years, yeah. For us that's known you,
tuned.
you get passionately angry about stupid people, stupid concepts, and stupid things in general. So,
and only in maybe the last like 3 or 4 years have I grown the presence of mind to maybe after 20 minutes of ranting, I'll realize that someone's just trying to make me pissed. That happens frequently. I'll be just ranting for 20 minutes, and then someone's like, "Man, this is my favorite thing to do to you."
Yeah, and those someones are Nate.
It's so easy.
Just trying to piss them off.
yeah. Well, I'm glad we'll be able to get it on a podcast. So
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very cautiously treading those waters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're just going to get to a point where you're just going out there seeking, just waiting for it, searching for it.
I'm going to search for things that really anger me.
Yeah.
Because living an angry life is
perfect.
It's really all there is. You know, it's not actually all about the hokey pokey. It's all about just being angry.
I feel like I'm the complete opposite of Evan. I'm like, everything's pretty good. Yeah, I do the hokey pokey. Yeah, let's do it, boys. Yeah. I get the guys together and we do the hokey pokey. That's my life.
Nice.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Down there in Texas, working in your oil field.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all about it here. This is Trump country, dog. Yeah. What you talking about?
Yeah.
But I was thinking for a segment for you, Nate. The name I came up with was just Notable News with Nate the Great, just because I feel like that's.
I do like the news.
That's pure gold.
Facebook
regularly
news.
Search my Flipboard. You see a little Taylor Swift I've been looking at there for while we were on.
Oh, look at that iPhone though. Beautiful iPhone 10.
Yeah.
Please.
Hey, how do you? Can you show us the bottom of that? Does it? How do you plug your headphones into that? Can you like? Maybe.
Yeah. Most flat earthers and climate change deniers, we use Bluetooth headsets.
Oh, interesting. Does that grind your gears,
Yeah.
Evan?
Oh man. I'm on an Apple computer right now, and just looking at it pisses me off. If I could afford a new computer, I would throw this thing in the trash.
Don't do that. You can mail it to me.
Yeah, mail it to me too.
If you want me to mail your computer, just leave your address
In the
and also
comments
your
below.
social security number
Yeah,
and
down
your
at the
name
bottom.
down here in the comments, and I
Credit card
will
information.
probably send you a computer, but don't count on it.
Oh,
You'll
dang.
for
It may
sure
happen.
get a bill in the mail after I spend all your money.
But,
Yeah, just credit card number, and don't forget the number on the back, the 3-digit number.
Yeah,
it's right on the back of your credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it right
Don't
here.
be a dick.
Yeah,
Put that down
just put it there. Just put it there.
You're gonna need the expiration date too.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Sweet.
Possibly billing zip code.
Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah.
think, Nate?
Yep.
You wanna tackle a Notable News with Nate the Great segment?
My notable news was that I just realized about the climate change thing. So that just also happened to be something that pissed them off.
That's all you got in you? Come on. I know you got more than that.
Well,
I wasn't prepared.
I was thinking about a segment for me, which is a little more on the dumb side. Of course.
Clear your throat there.
Yeah, a segment that I want to call Shoddy Gizmos.
It's sort of hard to hear you. Could you talk a little closer to your mic, please?
Yeah, that wireless one. Get real close to it.
Can you hear me? Ladies
Yeah,
and-
like bring your mic up a little closer.
Put it in your mouth.
Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Jesus Christ.
There we go. Yeah.
Jesus.
I
Hello.
think your mic got unplugged.
Really? For real?
I like it.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Do you like my...
Talking with you.
Do you
All
like,
right, what's your gizmo?
you like
Yeah.
my British accent? What do you guys think about that? Doing a British accent for the whole next podcast?
Like a different
so.
British accent for every podcast? You could do like
do a different accent for every show and see how well that goes.
Hello, mate. That's an extreme British version. Hello.
Well, so far this podcast, you did that cartoony Latin American accent.
Yep.
It's
I
just
did that
straight L.A.
Really
Cholo.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, all right, back to what I yes. For my segment, I was thinking about calling it Shoddy Gizmos because I want to talk about new inventions that I find interesting or stupid, and explain how they may or may not be cool. And Nate and Evan here can rip into the whole idea. They can rip it to shreds or not. It's up to them. But I'll just go ahead and dive into one. I was reading up on one today. It was called the Subway Chin Rest.
Oh yeah.
It invented it in Japan. Hold on, I got a paper here. It's for people.
You got a picture?
No, not that picture. No,
man.
it's invented for people who are not lucky enough to snag a seat on the train or subway. And what it looks like, it's like a microphone stand that comes up to your chin, and instead of
and they just stand there.
It's like this chin rest plate that you just sit, like you're tired, you just rest your head while you're standing. I personally...
Can you pop a picture in?
I can
I need you to edit a picture
in post.
It's going to be right here.
Here, minute or
and
hour.
if you like it, leave it down here in the comments.
Comments if you like, if you want it. But I was personally thinking about investing in it. What do you guys think?
Have you ever seen the
Subway
like
chin rest, motherfuckers?
Have you ever seen a video of people in Japan trying to get on the subway? Or like,
yes,
it's wild.
Yeah, dude. And apparently, a lot of Weinsteins out there because it's so like the closeness.
Japanese Weinsteins.
Side note: tons of Weinsteins out there. Be careful.
Weinsteins and Weinsteins.
Are you supposed to fall asleep with your chin resting on this? Because that sounds. I want to see that really badly.
I don't know.
I want to see some people fall asleep with their chin resting on a stick on the subway.
From the photo I saw, it looked like she was sleeping. Her eyes were closed. Her chin was like, and she was standing straight up, upright. It was amazing.
She's standing up. I'm gonna look this up right now because I'm on so
board.
excited
Google
about it.
Subway chin rest, baby.
Subway.
Subway chin rest, baby.
Yeah,
baby.
Subway chin rest, baby, on my stupid Apple computer.
You love it.
All right, 10 of the most
Apple.
useless inventions humanity had. Maybe not that one. I shouldn't click that one. This looks like it would be pretty easy to actually hang yourself, like on the subway. Is that part of the point? Because this lady looks like she's maybe sort of dead.
They're probably on their way to work in the Apple factory, so I can imagine.
Yeah. I was just curious what y'all think of this thing. Would y'all be interested in purchasing a Subway chin rest? You know, even for like your job at at Best Buy, you're standing all day. Just get one of those babies out, rest your chin on it.
Yeah.
Take a little nap.
I do spend all day on my feet. Sorry, sir, I'm on break.
I don't know about you guys, but my chin gets so tired at work.
Yeah.
It like just sort of drops down, and I don't know what to do with it. And
all right.
Like you just saved my life right here.
I know. How about this one? I got another one for you. It's the upside down umbrella.
So you just catch in the water?
I gotta
catch in the water. It's like
I gotta Google this one too.
No. Apparently, there's a tube that goes from the bottom. It goes down past the. It's connected to the base of the handle, and it connects to a storage bag, and you collect water in it.
Oh, that you can drink.
Guys, this is going to change everything. What do you think?
Hey, that would be perfect in California. They're always in a water drought.
Reverse umbrella.
Exactly.
Man, this is
Yeah.
wow.
Actually, that would only work in places where it rains a lot, and then therefore they wouldn't have a water drought and wouldn't need it.
Would it though? Because it doesn't rain much.
Yeah, but wouldn't that only benefit you if you were standing outside at the right time to catch the rain?
I just think it's ridiculous all the way around. This is one invention I'm not on board with.
Why don't they make an invention that catches rainwater, and also you can rest your chin on it. And then I would carry it around everywhere. Like, if I can only do one of these two things, there's no way I'm going to carry it. But if I can do both of those things, I'm on board.
I think it could be an umbrella, but then the handle extends, right? Mm-hmm. Boom.
Yeah.
Chin
Rest your chin on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we're on to
let's
something.
combine those two, and with a third and last one that I want to bring up. This one's gonna be good. It's called the Handerpants, and these bad boys are underwear for your hands. That's right.
Wait. That's not gloves?
Nope. Underwear for your hands.
Different.
Yeah,
All right.
it's made
Sounds like Calvin Klein.
It's made out of the same
Handerpants.
fabric as underwear. Handerpants. It's for all those people who don't want to offend the public.
Underpants for your hands! Exclamation point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't want
away.
you don't want to offend people in public with your naked hands. You can wear these Handerpants. Anyways, if we combined all three, I think we'll change the world, guys. I personally, we out there.
I'm on the official Handerpants website, handerpants.com. Shout out if you want those guys.
Yeah.
Put your comments right
below.
here. You know where to put them.
We're
Can we
sponsored.
get the
All right, here's
sponsor?
the bullet points. Fits most hands.
It's most hands.
Unless
What?
you have like giant,
I
like
feel
fat
like all
monkey hands.
hands-
It's not gonna fit your hands.
Yeah.
Breathable cotton. It's super. Your hands are gonna start sweating. I mean, you don't want sweaty hands in the club.
What's the point? I need to know the point.
Form fitting. Here's one of the points, Nate. It prevents chafing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So, I mean, do your hands ever chafe? Yeah, mine do. Like right between the knuckles, they chafe all the time.
Absolutely.
I need these. They absorb sweat.
There you go.
They distract your enemies.
Oh,
So,
Okay,
like,
I'm on board
somebody
with that.
comes to knock you out and like steal your stuff. You're like,
Handerpants.
show them your.
Handerpants, baby.
Show them your Handerpants, and they don't understand if they've just seen your hands or if you've just taken your pants off, so they run away.
Yeah.
So there's two more. Non-toxic. That's a good.
It's good to know.
And they're
case you eat
great
them.
for jazz hands.
Oh shit. Perfect.
This is great.
I don't wanna
Keeps your gloves fresh. Hundreds
your
of
gloves
uses.
fresh.
Sanitary handshakes. I really recommend this website.
What if
It's
I
good for-
accidentally pooped my hands?
There you go. You don't need toilet
Well-
paper.
I accidentally sharted in my Handerpants.
I really recommend this website, handerpants.com. Go to it.
So,
Right now.
Those are my 3 shoddy gizmos for the week.
I think you've nailed it this week, Bernie.
I
I
think
have
you did,
nothing
dude.
bad to say about what
I'm
you've come up with.
surprised. I thought y'all would rip these apart. I was like, these guys are going
These
to
are the
go.
best things I've ever heard of.
I'm on board. Listen, I'm not comfortable sweat or chafe shaming anyone that needs to wear Handerpants.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on the wrong side of history with that one.
Yeah.
So
I need
Yeah.
on board.
Man, yeah, absolutely.
I think there are two sides of history, and we have the non-Handerpants side and the Handerpants side, and we're moving toward the Handerpants side.
I
And
think that's the
anybody who's not
society.
in that group is basically a flat earther to me.
And a Kevin Spacey
Any way we
figure.
can integrate coal into how we produce these, then I'm on board.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah,
Kevin
the
Spacey
coal revolution
lovers.
is coming.
Yeah, for sure. Weinsteiners.
Hashtag coal revolution.
But yeah, guys, I thought those were 3 segments we can start, and I like where it's going.
Those are just some killer things that
Yeah.
you just said.
We got notable
I like the
news
things
with
you
Nate the
just said.
Great. We got shoddy gizmos, and we got what grinds Evan's gears. I think people
Yeah.
really will enjoy these. Leave a comment below if you like this idea. Right here. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Oh, where? Whoa.
Why are you pointing over? How does it work? How do the comments work?
It's below usually.
Right here,
Yeah. Point towards your chest.
above the video.
Yeah, yeah.
Right here.
But
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
yeah. But guys, we can end it here.
Eventually, we're gonna have to do our full-length Metal Gear Solid walkthrough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. It's coming.
Yeah.
Can we play like cooperative 3-player?
We could.
Is that possible? Except I'd have to buy a gaming system.
Same.
Yeah. I'll
No
have to
thanks.
look. I have Metal Gear Solid, but
Yeah. But all right, guys, you want to call it a night with this podcast? I think we got a good one.
Yeah.
I think we got a solid
I think
one.
we hit some.
I don't think this
I
one
we
needs to
hit
be
some really good stuff.
classified at all.
We don't have to redact these statements.
No,
yeah.
I feel good about this. In my
All right, I'm stopping.
wireless microphone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, see y'all later.